here and you're just squirming, and I'm just like, oh, okay, I'm gonna like see how I'm shifting my weight, and I'm trying to go with you, and maybe, oh, I think I have a Kimura or something, or an Americana, but why? You know, I just like, oh, okay, and then something becomes available.
Yeah.
So why be in a hurry? Because if I get in a hurry and you're so blah, 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 you're gonna offlodge me from your body, because I tried to go for something and I wasn't protecting with a good post. I'll teach you to like do these very subtle distracting. Yeah, so here, boom, and then I like to lift under the arm, grab my wrist, see how I sink that in.
Yep.
That way, if you try to buck me that way, I'm hooked in, and then I can do the Americana. But in reality, like if you're hugging my body, yeah, boom, that's not gonna happen. So I have to get this arm, and if I try to pull it, I've got this this moment where I have no. So why be in a hurry? Yeah, when I get up here, I'm just walking you around, because if I walk you around, it makes it more difficult for you. There. See how I got this trap now for my head? Even now I'm not in a hurry to get to it. There. No, I'm using my chin. Now I've got it. Boom, like that. That's what you did to me. So there is no textbook. There's a basic textbook way to teach something, but it never happens that way in a roll. That's why rolling is so important. I can show you the crane kick 1,000 times, but unless you do it in sparring, like the Karate Kid, you won't see the opportunity. You have to feel the opportunity and recognize in that melee of chaos, there's that bent arm. It's just not the way I practiced it. Feel that punch, boom, come in here, down, and I'm just gonna settle. See how you have me in headlock? Yeah, I'm just gonna work it a little bit. I'm not in any hurry to get that head off, that arm bar off. There. Now I'm where I want to be.
Got it.
See what I'm saying?
You're trying to get to the...
Or I'm here and I'm putting the shoulder adjustments in and you can't get your head locked in. So, oh yeah, hold something here. Come back one with these.
Oh yeah.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm good. I can't do anything from here.
I like this. And you notice I kind of had this position to begin with, and I went with the mount.
Yes.
And then I'm here now. If I was going to handcuff you, I might go for an Americana.
I see.
But from here, I could like remount you. Now how I've got this arm trapped, now I could be like, okay, sir, you're under arrest. Got it. And then, boom, you know, that kind of thing.
Yep.
Boom. I did this one on purpose.
Ooh, nice one.
I forced it.
Yep.
I saw you working your shoulders, so I didn't want to get too crazy. You in the mount, and you get into a high mount. Yeah. And now I'm up here on top of your thigh. Go ahead and step on the bottom of your foot. Go ahead and set your leg up. Boom. Yeah. And now I'm up over here. And now you can reach over to the back of my arm.
To the back of... Oh.
No, over Kimura.
Oh.
Boom. And now you can roll me into a Kimura grip. Roll me to my stomach.
Oh,
yeah.
Got it.
I'm here. I brought this leg up and I've trapped it. Boom. Now I can use my forearm to break it, like here, and then I can like get on your stomach, lay out your left arm, lay it out. Yeah. Boom. See how I give you voice commands?
Yep.
That way you know what to do. You're not fighting me. Go ahead and suck your arms under your chest. Yeah, like you're not gonna let me handcuff you. So different things I can do from a rear mount. I can take my leg, go ahead and like really get them up under there. Yeah. I can't get to your arms. I will take this elbow and I will dislodge your head. I'm not trying to hurt you or in any way. I'm just destabilizing the spine. Boom. That will allow me to see how your elbow just naturally moves up a little bit. I can like pump it with my knee, and then I take this hand, sliding it down my thigh with a C grip, and then I can pop. Another way of doing that, right back to where we were at, is like this, and then I can slide this in and dislodge it like that. Same thing. I'm coming in here, and I'm popping it out like so. Those are two ways of doing it. And the reason I point that out is because these are handcuffing techniques, but they're also good ways for you as a civilian to get a control of someone. Maybe you know he has a knife in his waistband or a gun in his waistband, and you don't want him to roll over to shoot you. Yeah. Same concept. I'm here. Boom. So we're already doing this one here. I can off balance your head. See how you broke your grip?
Yep.
And so now I can go straight into a Kimura grip and roll you. I'm trying to be easy on your shoulder. Boom. And here, I'm gonna. Same thing. I've got my arm under your elbow now. Resist me. Don't let me. Yeah. Boom. Now I flatten you down. I put my hand on the mat, and I'm just walking it. See how that?
Oh yeah. I couldn't even get my arm.
It's taking away all your traction, and it usually works on any surface. I just call it the spider walk. And I'm going to try to resist you. You know, I'm just going to keep the position, and eventually everyone wants to learn how to do the arm bar or some kind of submission from here. But this, in its own way, assuming he doesn't have friends, is extremely
powerful. Yeah,
powerful, and it demoralizes you, wears your energy down, and then I can look good on court. I sat on him and I talked to him. And at some point, your crowd could kick in. You could be doing some of these. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's so hard. You have so much power from here that you don't have to use closed fists. Matter of fact, I always advocate using open hands when you're on top, just so you don't break your knuckles. But, you know, eventually we're going to practice the submissions from there. But position is way more important than submission. It's kind of frustrating for you. See how frustrated? Yeah. And I'm not expending hardly any energy. See, I'm just using my hooks to really stabilize.
Yep.
And I'm just laying on your face. I'm like, wow. Perfect side control. I'm going to get you up in here. I'm going to get your head. And your job is to try to get me off, and my job is to stay inside control.
Okay.
So, all right. Careful about this.
Yep. Ooh, nice.
So just to get a couple reps in, you can do a couple of these if you want in between. Checking the hip with this one, remounting, holding the mount. You get the idea. I don't need to beat a dead horse. All right, guys, Coach Kurt here. a great little passing drill. This is a drill, but I pull this movement off. Generically speaking, I pull this movement off when I'm rolling all the time. This is great for drilling. Maybe you've just passed the guard and you've gone to knee on belly, or you've slid down, or they pumped you off to the side, and you're in this position. But the drill, again, remember, this is just a drill, but the movement is a very practical movement for actual rolling. So you've got your knee checking their hip. You've got bicep control, generally speaking, and the head is in the armpit, all on one side. The drill is you take the opposite hand, this hand that's on the opposite side of their body, and you're tapping their knee. Now, the big important aspect of this drill is think about leaving this tapped knee or checked knee, as it were, as long as possible to the last very second. You'll see what I'm talking about here in a second. So I'm here, I tap the knee, and I jump over. You see that my hand is still checking the knee. Super important. If I do not do that, if I just simply jump over, they're going to lift their legs, or they could lift their legs. And it also allows them to shrimp. So again, just I'll flow back and forth. And you can, of course, go straight into side control with this, reverse side control, however you want to end up. But again, the drill is just the drill. I've got my hands on your biceps. I put my head into your armpit, and I'm using the mat. I take this hand, and I'm checking this knee, and I'm pushing it down. And at the same time, I'm just jumping over. But see how my hand is still here?
Yeah.
That is that way. If I don't leave it here, and I just jump over,
I can stuff that.
yeah, you can just raise your legs. Perfect. You already figured it out.
Quick demo on my dummy on different ways you could enter into side control. Assuming that you broke the guy's guard, you've stood up, that's a knee slice into the underhook into side control. The other version was just like a knee pass, kick around. So this is a standard side control, probably side control 101. I got my knee, got the guy's arm up over my knee. I'm showing you there. I've got my leg on one hip and one leg on his shoulder. I just switched to scarf hold or judo side control. And now I just switched to reverse side control. And I've got, you see how I have his arms trapped. And I'm going to show more of this. So I'm just showing variations of grips and ways to do overhook and underhook. See how I have his right arm caught way up, the dummy's right arm? That's good. Now, I'm not kneeing him. I'm showing you that that's where your knee should be. It should be blocking his hip so he can't turn into you. This is judo side control or scarf hold. I'm pulling up on the arm. I'm showing you what options you might have from there. You can do arm locks from there, but we're not really going to get into that stuff. But I'm just showing you options. I'm reversing back to regular side control, get up under the head. And now I'm doing, this is what I call tactical side control or combat side control. It's more of a street or MMA side control. I use it in Jujitsu. I don't know if there's an official name for it, but that's what I call it. And I'm switching to reverse side control. I've trapped his arm really high up so he takes away his power. His other arm, the right arm, is trapped behind my back and my buttocks, and I'm switching and I'm blocking his hips. And I can transition to a mount from there. Super easy. That's my favorite mount transition. I'm showing you there. You can go to knee on belly to dismount, more knee on belly. We've done more of that stuff, guys. I'm just flopping back into standard side control. You can see how my knees are blocking his shoulder and his hips, and his arm is caught up. There's reverse side control again. I'm showing you that his arm should be trapped behind your buttocks. And there I am transitioning to full mount. Back on knee on belly, back on knee on belly, and if I remember right, I reset and do entries again. Guys, I'll have a live opponent and we'll do some more stuff. I just wanted you to see real slow and smooth, technical. Well, technical for me. I'm no jujitsu god, I assure you. My jujitsu coach is probably like, "Oh, that was horrible. What are you doing?" But there's standard side control. This is how I like to switch to reverse side control. Oh, I'm sorry. I just went to tactical side control, or what I call combat side control or tactical side control. There, I trap the head again. You can see that his right arm is still trapped. I'm turning him around so you can see it from the other angle, because I think this is my favorite transition. Standard side control, I'm trapping the arm. There's reverse side control. I'm showing you that his arm is behind you. It's important not to be sitting on it. It's important to be trapping it. And I'm turning him, I'm trapping that leg, and I'm stepping over into a full mount. Guys, from mount and side control are all your handcuffing. I mean, it's handcuffing Christmas. So here's my last variation. Coach Doug showed this on his stuff. You're walking the hand up as you just flap the leg over. It's really important to do that slow and methodical. If you feel like he's got you figured out, you just back out into knee on belly. All right, guys, thank you very much.
So when I'm here, one of the options, one of the variations on this is if this hand is free or loose, whether he's not paying attention to it or he's using it to defend, but I can manipulate it, I'm going to drive it. I like to hook under the elbow and drive it up. As I drive up, this hand is now going to drive forward. I'm still in that boss and side crank, or that boss and side control, going for a neck crank. I'm making a fist, and I'm pushing that fist into the ground here. This really only works if this back arm is trapped. If it's in front of his body, you can just roll out of it. But now I'm in a crucifix position. The neck crank comes from my free hand now. This hand is going to grab the head and pulling the chin down into the chest. That's the neck crank variation. It's also a really strong striking position. I can get into this position here, just speeding it up and start striking. Sure. Yep. Throw. Sure, that's fine. Throw from this angle. I'm here. I'm moving around. I have some freedom to move this hand up. This hand is going to make a fist, and I drive. Now, I can strike from here fairly effectively. Boom. I can also grab in and control and grab the neck. It works better with a fist. I don't know why. The hand, if I just put my hand down, I tend to lose this, and it just kind of curls. If I make a fist and really punch into the ground, it's a lot stronger. Again, this arm has to be behind me. This, if it's in front of me, he can just roll that way. So, make sure that arm is trapped. This is most useful, or I get this the most without you. Here with you, follow me down. Off of a counter for a figure four. This is, again, sport context, but if I'm here, fighting for a figure four, fighting for this key lock position, and I'm under the head, which is where we get sometimes, he might straighten his arm out and pop out, and that's when I'll move right into it. So we get there on occasion fighting for that figure four.
Yeah, get powerful. Yeah, so I'm here. I try to get this this arm here, and I'm trapping the hip, trapping here. I've got to keep this arm up. And then I'm going to lift up on the head.
Whoa! That was... I don't even know what you did.
I can show you on the dummy. So I had you in a classic textbook side control. I have good control of this arm. It's not going to be across the face like that because he has a short little arm.
You have the elbow.
But it's not allowing you to get the elbow to the deck. I'm trapping this hip and this shoulder. Now a lot of times what a person's going to do is he's going to try to frame you, push you off. Get up under the arm and push forward.
Okay.
And then he'll push back, and as he pushes back, I'll swing through and trap the arm. And then I'm going to pull up, step, triangle. I can also turn this into an arm bar or a wrist lock. I can even roll over into a classic triangle. But see how tight this is?
Yes.
I don't want to do that to you.
No, no.
So let's say I break the guard and I'm sliding through and I'm going to try to get that underhook. See, now I just got it. Perfect. and then problem solved. But let's say this isn't your first rodeo and you've got some grappling experience, and I'm cutting and you put me in quarter guard or full guard.
Like that?
Yeah, I'll just get my knee all the way in.
Okay.
And yeah, let's say I'm going for the underhook, but you get the underhook. So I can still do it. I want to get my knee out so I don't tweak my knee. But instead of going that way, I'll backstep and go this way.
Yeah, I see it.
So I'm just showing another variation of it. Broke the guard. I'm in this what we call combat stance or combat because it's strong. That's why they call it combat stance. And you want to cut across. I lean almost like I'm sliding, and at the same time, yeah. See, you're automatically defending it. That's good because I can't get the underhook.
Breaking my
Now.
balls.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I can't get the underhook because the way your arm is.
Okay.
That's no. You're good. Don't let me get the underhook. So I might have to slide and do this and go for something else. But that's my favorite. That's like the #1 favorite guard pass for a lot of Jiu-Jitsu players. It's not across the groin on the street. You can just cut right across, put your knee down. You're immediately hunting for that underhook. Most people who grapple know I'm going for that underhook. And you want to beat me to the game. You want to swim under and get your underhook. So now I'm like, well, what do I do? Well, the leg lock is a possibility, but I don't want to do it from here because I might hurt my own knee. I want to get it out. Oops, sorry. I want to get it out if I can. And then I can backstep, and I'm making you bear my weight, and I'm following to the side, and I'm lowering my back to the ground, and then flexing the knee at the same time. You got the underhook, and maybe I can start loosening things up. See how I backstepped? Go ahead and, yeah, like most people won't like straighten their legs out. They'll keep them tight. And you've got the underhook, but now maybe I can dig for this and then come back around, and you've got me still. But see what I'm doing as I do this crap? I'm loosening things up. I'm finding possibilities, and maybe at some point, oh, his arm. Oh no, okay, fine. Okay. See, I just start loosening things up and making you move. So then. I try to get ahead of you. That's all I'm trying to do is get ahead of you. And I break it. I'm here. Now, again, remember what I said. If you grab my wrist and pull it towards you, I don't want that. So if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do one of two things. I'm going to put the hand on the mat, so now you can't get to it. And I'm staying spread out. Or I'll do this, and then I'm coming across, back step, and I get that out. I love that back step. And if your arm is down like this, maybe okay, so maybe I'll go for the Americana, and then you're like, no, you don't, so you straighten it out. So then I start readjusting. Maybe you remember I was like, ooh, I can maybe go for that triangle that I did before, or I can just hop up and just see what happens with this. I might even just ride you like this, and maybe turn it into a knee on belly. Always like, I must get the mount. Mount is a great position, but not always beneficial at that very second. Maybe as you're going for mount, you need to be aware of the bigger picture, like, oh, there's that arm. He's so worried about me getting mount. Like, go ahead and get on your back again. So I'm here, and then I went up to here, but you were still worried about me sliding over, that you're pushing, that's open for the Kimura. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So that's the problem. You have to be so aware of so many of those details. You're going to have your, go ahead and bend your knees. A lot of times when you're trying to pass somebody's guard, they're going to put your feet on your hips, because you don't want to not have connection with your opponent. If I step in, you want to keep connection. You're not trying to kick my knee out in Jujitsu per se, but when we're rolling, you're just like, I have to do something like, so I have to do something about that. So we're going to practice. I'm going to take this hand under here, and I'm just going to slide down into knee on belly. You'll see this go ahead and Get on your knees. Yeah, like you're gonna try to be in butterfly guard.
Butterfly.
You'll see this when you're, yeah, you sit up and you're gonna wanna underhook me. Yeah, that's a good butterfly guard.
Oh.
So what people will do is they'll grab and they'll stand up with you like this. And then you will like, fuck that, and you'll put your legs on me. This happens in a roll all the time. Or I'll be out here and your legs are up and I might try to grab here, and you know what I mean, to do it that way, but a good way to practice this is just from that connection. In this hand, whatever side I'm going is the opposite hand. That way, if you kick at me or push me away, I can still keep connected. It's not that I can't do that with this, but I'm blocking myself. I want to go that way. So I'm here, I'm just hollowing it out enough to get by. I don't have to do like any elaborate, you know what I mean?
Just clear.
Just enough to clear. And then I'm taking my knee against your leg right into the unbelly. I want to put this hand on your hip to control the hips again. I'm right across your gut, and I put this here wherever I can. In this case, I'd be like doing this. I like to get under the head if I can. This is my favorite. Because then I'm pushing down and pulling up at the same time. This is a pass I've been working on. I call it the quick pass. I do not remember where I originally saw it. It's definitely not mine. It's one of those passes where it's an open guard pass. You're on the outside, in other words, closed guard, open guard. You guys, if you don't know the difference between closed and open guard, don't worry about this pass. You've got bigger fish to fry. You should be working on your closed guard breaks, and then going to pass. It's neither here or there. Somebody will have you in butterfly guard. They're sitting up on you. They're trying to go for those underhooks, and you push them down, and you want to pass them. The key to this pass is to get high. You're pushing their knees to the side. In a perfect world, you'd love to get them all the way down, but that's not going to happen. You just want that top knee to be parallel to your center line. And then you're just going to bring your leg around like that. Just like that. And at the same time, you're stepping over and you're going for the underhook. Guys, the underhook is absolutely critical. If you do not give the underhook on this to finish the pass, however you get to side control, it's neither here or there. If you don't get the underhook, they're going to take your back. You also get it from standing. There's times where I've literally reached down, grabbed someone's legs, and brought them up like this. You've all been there. If you do jujitsu or you grapple, you've been here where you've got their legs like this. In a street situation, you could kick them like that, and like literally stomp, run away. But this is a pass video, so you got them like this. You're doing the same thing. You're bringing the leg over, and you're coming right down on top of them. Guys, this is good for self-defense and MMA because you're dropping your weight down on your opponent. Boom! You're going to knock the wind out of them. Maybe. That's what you want. And you can be soft about it when you're rolling playfully at your gym. But that underhook, again, is super critical. If you don't get the underhook, you're screwed. Again, they're going to take your back. Best case scenario, you end up in referee while they're scrambling, and you're going to be turning to face them so they don't get your back. You get the idea.
Okay, guys, stay tuned. Sorry that these videos are so long, but I'm trying to capture the whole essence of all the basic stuff that you're going to find in Taiho Jitsu, at least modern Taiho Jitsu.
Let's roll. Hey, let's be careful out.